And welcome back, folks. Our relay here in the Columbia Basin is underway, and it looks like we've got our first survivor interview. Rosie, yes. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you too.
It's okay. It's only on TV and the internet. Otherwise, no one is going to see this.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. It usually makes me feel better when I think of it that way. So you are a survivor of how many years?
8 years.
8 years. And can you tell me a little bit about what this means to you, and how long you've been a part of the relay event?
Every year. Yeah, every year for 8 years. I've been part of it, and it means a lot to me. We all need to band together. It's all about fighting. It's all about hope, support from your family. This is my family, and without them, I couldn't have done it.
Having those people support you is so important. There's not many of us who haven't been touched by cancer in one way or another. For people who are just starting to go through stuff like this, do you have a message for them?
Just keep fighting. Just don't give up hope, because there is a lot of hope out there with your family, your friends. You just have to keep positive. Just keep fighting, because you can't let it win.
Perfectly said. I couldn't have said it any better. Rosie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. All right, we're going to have some more interviews coming up here in just a moment. I do think we need to go ahead and take another break here. I'm going to turn it back on over to the studio here where we get our next interview set up. Stay tuned, folks. We're coming back in just a moment.
Guys seem to be embarrassed about saying, okay, I found a lump on a testicle. When I'm sitting at the doctor's office and he came in and said, this is what we're going to do, the nurse came in right after and took my blood pressure. And she said, your blood pressure is a little high. And I said, well, I wonder why. The doctor just said, we're going to remove a testicle. I said, that's not something you're real calm about. Relay is important because you're raising money for cancer. It's more supportive than anything. That you find out you're not alone. Somebody else there's got your story.
Hi, this is Tony with Moses Lake Market, and I want to invite you to come to our horse and tack sale on the last Sunday of the month. Used tack and miscellaneous items are also welcome for consignment. Our tack will sell from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., and the horse sale will start at 1 p.m. sharp. So be sure to be out there at 14372 North Frontage Road East in Moses Lake. Fun, food, and entertainment for all, so bring the whole family. For more information, call us at 509-750-5800.
I relay for hope.
I relay for hope.
I relay for encouragement.
I relay for hope.
I relay for strength.
I relay for hope.
I relay for a cure.
I relay for hope.
I relay for hope.
I relay for support.
I relay for hope.
I relay for hope.
My name is Susie Anderson. I am a relayer, and I make hope happen.
And welcome back, folks. I'm Cody Johnson with iFiber One, and we are broadcasting live for the second year in a row, the Relay for Life of the Columbia Basin here at the Ephrata High School track. Raised over $50,000 so far. Looking for a little help from you fine folks out there at home or watching on your smartphone or on your web browser. And you can have other friends and family tune in, help us out. If they live in Grant County and they're an iFiber TV customer, have them turn to Channel 1. Or they can tune in on the internet at iFiber1.com, either on their web browser or their smartphone. And we will have some contact information coming up. Let you know how you can help us raise more money. We have 16 teams that have raised a little over $50,000 so far. And we got a live music going on right now. Boy, we got a terrific list of entertainers lined up for this year. And holy smokes, we got a terrific break in the weather today. Some sunshine. Right now, got a little cloud cover, which is keeping it cool for us out here. Well, I was promised I was going to have a few more people ready for some interviews, so what I'm going to do here in just a bit is we'll grab some of our committee members. It takes a lot of people to pull something like this off, as you can imagine. You know, it's a wonderful event for the entire family. We got 2 bouncy houses out here. We got a dunk tank going on. We have a stage set up in the middle of the football field. We have a massage tent going on. Lions Club's put on a terrific barbecue out here, cooking up some hamburgers and hot dogs. Our broadcast is probably going to go till about 10 o'clock. And while we have a second here, I do want to thank our crew out here. Merlin Smith on our camera on the ground, Adrian Smith up in the air, and of course our producers, Ali Demetrio, Spencer King in the studio, and Spencer Graham in the studio at iFiber. All right, now I mentioned our producers. When they're not playing practical jokes on me, they actually do a very fine job, and they have put together some incredible stories of cancer survivors, and we got some of that video ready for you right now.
I was actually here in Ephrata. I had some issues, and my mom took me up to the doctor's office, and so the initial doctor's visits were here in Ephrata, and then I was referred to Children's in Seattle. So the first time I heard cancer was at Children's in Seattle, but we had a pretty good indication before we left town. You know, I think the shock took even weeks to wear off. It was just a matter of disbelief. I was a healthy kid my whole life. I had never had so much as a stitch or broken bone. I never got the flu. I was a healthy kid, and to have this hit me in the spring right before I'm ready to start playing softball, and we didn't know what to think. And I was the first person in my family to get cancer. So we had no experience to fall back on, and so it was a shock. So I did 6 months of chemotherapy. I participated in a study that wanted to look at whether or not the long-term side effects of radiation outweigh the short-term positive effects of killing the rest of the cancer cells. And so I had to choose whether or not to participate before I took my first chemo shot. And by doing that, I had to add 2 extra cycles of chemo. And then at the end, we flipped a coin of whether or not I got radiation. And I didn't get the radiation, which was great because I didn't want the radiation. I just wasn't comfortable with that. But so I did the 6 months of chemotherapy. My mom and I drove to Seattle twice a month and did it all as outpatient. And then I took oral medication while I was the 2 weeks at home, and I haven't had any problems since. My first relay was 3 months after I got diagnosed. I was invited to the relay in Moses Lake, because at the time that was the only relay close to us. And I was asked to come and be their honorary ribbon cutter to start the relay off. I didn't know anything about relay. I had never been to one. I didn't personally know anyone who'd ever had cancer, so the whole process was a shock to me. the way that it's a family at the relay, and everybody knows everybody, and everyone knows whether you're a survivor or you're a caregiver or you're a corporate sponsor, whoever you may be. Everyone knows who you are, how you're involved, and that everyone's important. And that first relay was such an eye-opener, and to see how people just came together. And it made me feel a lot better going into this, because I felt like part of me was kind of out on a plateau by myself, because I didn't know anybody that had cancer, and I was going through something that was really hard to explain. It was hard to explain to my mom or to my friends how I felt every day. But I go to this relay that is essentially a party, and there's dozens of people that know exactly how I feel at that exact moment, because they've been through it, or they're going through it, or they took care of someone who went through it. So it gave me perspective, it gave my parents perspective of what to expect. And I couldn't imagine not having relay. After that first year, we decided that we would work really hard and see if we could convince the American Cancer Society that we could open a relay in Ephrata. And it was kind of unusual.
And welcome back. I'm Cody Johnson with iFiber One. I'm talking now with Marcia Ness. She is a cancer survivor of 22 years, and then again 2 years ago. Is that right?
Correct.
That's incredible. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience and what the relay event means to you?
Well, I started about 7 years ago. One of the teachers up at Columbia Ridge got me going, and I just got sucked into it. I've done it every year, and I've had cancer on my side of the family a lot. My mom's life was taken by cancer, and it means a lot to me, and I'm out here the whole time circling the track from start to finish, because I understand people going through chemo and they can't just quit, so it's like one night I can walk the track for them.
I give you so much credit. It's this is my 4th year. Looks like someone just went into the dunk tank there.
It's not my husband. My husband's due at 8:30, so it wasn't him yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm supposed to be in there too later, I guess. But for the people who have never been to one of the relay events, a lot of people think of it at first as maybe kind of a downer, but that's not what it is at all. I mean, there's so much going on here. Has that been your experience too since you started?
Oh, definitely. It's been, they try to make it fun, family friendly, and it keeps going. They have games throughout the whole night to keep you walking and awake, and I think it's a lot of fun.
And a lot of good music. We were just talking about that. And you said you hope the music stays really good at around midnight, because that's the time when people start to get tired.
Correct, it is. From about midnight to about 4, that's when people start really dragging their feet.
All right, Marcia, thank you so much. I won't hold you up anymore. Congratulations on another 2 years, and we look forward to seeing you for another 22.
All right. Thank you.
All right, folks. We've got people are starting to filter in now. Come on down and join us. We're down here at the Ephrata High School track and football field. We've got the barbecue going by the Lions Club, throwing on some hamburgers and some hot dogs. We've got a massage tent set up, all different kinds of ways that we're trying to raise money out here. A silent auction, and of course a lot of good music coming up. I'll send it back down to our studio. They've got some more incredible stories to share with you. So stay with us. We're coming back in just a moment.
In the year 2000, our daughter was born in early January, and during that time of not having sleep, we discovered that I wasn't feeling well and wasn't able to eat a lot of food. After some tests, they found that cancer had gone throughout my body. It was a pretty rare and deadly form. There was a tumor about the size of a loaf of bread in between my internal organs, and that's how we found out. You know, shock, I suppose, was the first thing that comes to mind. Just this, I was 35, this happens to other people. You know, I'm healthy, I work out, how could this possibly occur? I just had a daughter. That doesn't seem fair. Really just, it became one of refinement. It was a refining process. Treatment, they started with some pretty aggressive chemotherapy. It was a pretty brutal 21-day schedule of 7 days of chemo, 7 days of feeling like chopped liver, 7 days of feeling okay, and then you repeat. That went on for about 9 months, so I was off work for the rest of the year. The cancer had still existed in the rest of the body. About 6 months after the chemotherapy had to come to an end, the drugs actually were so strong that they would ruin your body. They'd kill your heart. They went in for another set of tests and discovered that it miraculously had disappeared, except for one small tumor. There was no scientific explanation for that. Our faith gave us a pretty clear explanation, but anyways, they went in for a surgery. I got a beautiful scar to show across my belly from one end to the other, and they were able to pull it out and discovered it was a completely different form of cancer, mimicking another form of cancer. At the end of the day, another miracle, but it was one that doesn't reoccur. So really good news. We actually started our first relay when I was diagnosed. That was, I think, the first year we had a relay in Moses Lake, and then we started one here in Ephrata. And so for me, the relay became a part of my whole cancer experience. That's where we found the sense of community with other survivors, other believers, other family members. That sense of community is what the relay is all about for me. So I can't separate one from the other. And to be able to go to a relay now as a survivor and be able to say, keep fighting, to just express that sense of we're all in this together, that's priceless for us. And the relay is a huge symbol of kind of what this community is about, and just in a larger sense what is going on nationwide. We walk because people walk for us. This community supported us not just financially but emotionally, helped us out as a young family with a kid. We walk because it's a way to affirm that there is hope, and that there's nothing stronger than hope, to let other people know that we're all in this together. Now I'm walking for somebody else that can draw maybe a little small amount of strength from that.
And welcome back, folks. I want to thank you for joining us. I'm Cody Johnson with iFiber One, and we are broadcasting live right now the 2013 Relay for Life of the Columbia Basin, and another terrific event they pulled off this year. And, you know, I mentioned earlier we had Allie Demetrio is our producer here on site for iFiber One for today's live broadcast, but she was also a part of the committee for this year's Columbia Basin Relay for Life. And boy, it takes a lot of people to pull something like this off. Right now, you probably got a nice shot. We got two bouncy houses going right now. This is a very family-friendly event, and there are so many different fun ways that they've come up with to raise money. If you're just tuning in, we've got 16 teams that have come together and raised over $50,000 so far. And within those 16 teams, we've got 142 people, and it's just an incredible amount of money. Now, we didn't do that all tonight. A lot of these teams have been working on this since the beginning of the year. I know the Grant County PUD Volkswalkers, they raise money all year round. They have bake sales, and they sell arts and crafts, and gosh, there's just so many things that they've done. They've raised $16,000 themselves for this up to this point. Four Seasons in Ephrata here has raised almost $7,000, and we're looking for help. we are looking for more help. If you can, contact some friends and family, have them tune in. And if they're in Grand County and they're an iFiber TV subscriber, have them turn to Channel 1. And we'll give you some more information on how you can donate to the cause. If they're outside of Grand County, have them tune in on the internet. Watch on their web browser at ifiber1.com/live TV. You also watch this on your smartphone. You'll notice that some of the people coming around the track are wearing purple shirts. Those are your cancer survivors. Now, since the American Cancer Society has had this Relay for Life fundraising event going, dating back to 1985, they have helped reduce deaths by cancer by 20%. Going back to the early 90s. So, a little over 10 years. And that is an incredible number. And I want you to think about what we can do in the next 10 years. Can we cut that by another 20%? Maybe 40%. I don't know. But a lot of what the American Cancer Society does is fund research. They were integral in funding to get mammography to test for breast cancer, testing that's in place right now for prostate cancer.
Okay, at this time down in the dunk tank at the north end of the track, Todd Hansberg is in there from Annenberg. From Anytime Fitness will be down there, and then at 7:30 to 8, Chuck Berry, Assistant General Manager of the PUD, will be down in the dunk tank. 8 to 8:30, Tom Byerman will be down there. 8:39, isn't he the health department guy? The head of the health department here in Grant County, John Ness, will be in the dunk tank. And then from 9 to 9:30, I guess I'll be in the dunk tank down there. So right now, Todd Annenberg. Okay, so you want to dunk Tom Annenberg, how much is it? $2 for 3 tries down there. So get on down there and let's see if we can get Todd in the water again at 7:38. Chuck Berry, Assistant General Manager at PUD. And also, if you have a Mr. Relay person in your camp, when at 8 o'clock, we'll have them come up here to the announcer stand to get that started. So we get your Mr. Relay ready if you have one.
Are you worried that your home might not meet today's safety standards? Eastern Washington Home Inspection standards for home safety are among the highest in the industry. We provide the highest level of inspection service and provide a detailed report with digital photos of any structural damage or other problems that might make your home unsafe. Our head inspector, Dennis Chamberlain, along with his son Cody, are fully qualified inspectors who make your safety their priority. We inspect for your peace of mind. Call us at 509-347-6425.
I went to the relay, and when I saw all the survivors assembled in the line, I was absolutely overwhelmed with appreciation, and I was so humbled to the thought that this isn't about me and my cancer. It's about helping other people get through cancer and fighting to create enough funds for research to make this crowd standing in front of me bigger.
At Furniture West in Moses Lake, we have a wide variety of quality name brand furniture. Many of our name brands are proudly manufactured in the United States, and we offer delivery with free haul-off and setup. Our knowledgeable staff can help you with any of your home furnishing needs. We carry big names like Tempur-Pedic, La-Z-Boy, and Flex Steel. Let us turn your house into a home. Come see us on Broadway in Moses Lake.
Hoping I could learn a bit about how to give and take. But since I came here, I felt the joy and not fear, finding myself making every possible mistake. La 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 la. love is not always easy to make. La 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 this is a happy end, 'cause you don't understand everything you have done.
It's kind of a thing that goes year-round, and I came across a story earlier this spring of a young man who helped out the Nebraska football team in some of their spring game. And I think our guys down in the studio have this segment ready for us to look at right now. Take a look at this, folks.
Moses Lake's Relay for Life organizers met Thursday.
If you're a college football fan and have ever been part of the Relay for Life events here in the Columbia Basin, then you're going to like this next story. Jack Hoffman is not on scholarship at Nebraska, but he still led the Huskers in rushing at the team's annual spring scrimmage. Jack is 7 years old and was diagnosed with brain cancer about a year ago. Several of the Nebraska players are part of Team Jack and befriended the young man when he started treatment. He was asked to join the red team for Nebraska's scrimmage on Saturday. In front of 60,000 fans, Jack Hoffman took the handoff on 4th and 1 and scrambled 69 yards for a touchdown.
Of Team Jack coming out on the field right now in this 4th down and short. For the red team, Jack Hoffman, who's been adopted really by this football team, a young man who has battled brain cancer, is on the field right now for the Huskers.
One more snap for Taylor Martinez, too, who will hand it off to Jack.
So Taylor gets the shotgun set, gives it to Jack. Here he goes. He's got blockers out in front.
There he
Jack
goes.
is running the midfield. Listen to this crowd as Jack Hoffman, the young man that, as I mentioned, has really been adopted by this football team, just scored a touchdown.
Oh, wow. What a moment.
And both benches empty.
That was a moment right there. Wow, goosebumps.
Jack's touchdown helped the Red Squad beat the White 30-21. The Columbia Basin Relay for Life is scheduled for June 21st. Quincy's event is scheduled for June 28th, and Moses Lake will hold theirs at the fairgrounds on July 19th. Stay tuned. We have your Spotlight story coming up next.
And, you know, that's one of the stories it really touched me when I saw it. Having a younger sibling when he was just 9 years old go through cancer, that really struck a note with me. And I know it does with a lot of other people. I don't think there's anyone out there who hasn't been touched by cancer in one way or another. And it's always a double whammy, so to speak, when it happens to young kids. You know, and that's what the reason we're out here is we're raising more money. More research is what we need right now. American Cancer Society has reduced the death rate for cancer patients by 20% since the early 1990s. And you know, I think we all knew that they were doing some good work. I don't think any of us realized it was that good. And, you know, they fund even the smaller research projects, risk factors that go to various types of cancer. We got our camera on April Porter right now. Boy, and she has got a terrific voice. She's going to be out here entertaining us for quite a while. If you got the chance to come down, we are at the Ephrata High School track and football field. And we've got plenty of food. The Lions Club has got the grill turned on. We've got some hamburgers and hot dogs. Also got a bouncy house. Actually, we got 2 bouncy houses in the dunk tank, a massage tent. All right, I've got another guest I want to introduce. This is Cindy McClure, another one of our survivors. Cindy, how long has it been for you?
It's been about 2 years. Oh, no, not quite 2 years. Actually, when I quit the treatment, it's been about 18 months that I've been without treatment.
Congratulations. How long have you been involved with the Relay for Life here?
You know, for years, I used to come. This was a social event. I've never been on a team, but it was something everybody in the community comes out for this. Their families, the kids, and everybody. Once I got cancer, I've been a little more involved in it, and it's that much more important to me. I take it personally now. So.
Yeah, now, so going back a few years, I mean, I've been involved with this. This is my 3rd year. I've broadcasted the last 2. But every year it seems to get better and better. Is that kind of your take too?
I think so, and I think the committees learn each year from the prior committee, or there's new blood that comes in, or those have got enough experience that do better each year. Unfortunately, I think the weather was kind of an issue this year. We didn't know what it was going to do, but actually, ironically, it's awesome at this point. But I think more people are affected by cancer, and I think it's something everybody can be part of, and it's something people are taking. It's more than just a community event. It's something people are taking personal, like I am.
Yeah, you know, it always makes me think back to the Jerry Lewis telethons, where you would watch something and you would call in, and it's really come a long way. I mean, you are actually down here, you're participating, and they've got so many different things for the entire family to do. Ephrata, in particular, the relay has grown every single year. And do you have your entire family come down for this?
You know, my kids don't live here, and so no, I've got one son, but his job he travels, and so they aren't. But we've got some extended family that has been here, and we have in the past had all of the family here. But pretty soon, when you've had cancer, more than just your immediate family becomes family. This becomes a support network that not only your caregivers and people that have crossed your paths, Relay for Life people all become part of that network, and I think that's why we're all more connected, and it's growing because there are so many people affected by this.
Now, if there's for the people out there who have never been a part of this, what would you tell them? Because I think when I talk to people, prior to the event, some of them think it's kind of a downer, but it's not. That's not the case at all. What would you say?
No, it's a sobering time when you look at the luminaries at night. But the rest of it, I come out of here pumped because I think this is important for not just the survivors, but for the people that are affected by this. And you can't have enough music. You can't have enough hope. You can't have too much of that here. And again, like I said, I used to do this as a social event just to walk around and visit with people that I only saw once a year. So no, and I've talked to a couple of nurses that said they've come to Relay for Life because it's kind of a goodbye to some of their patients that have passed on, and they felt it was a way to reflect that in themselves. I can understand that. But I think you would talk to 99% of these people, they're going to walk away and they're going to come back next year because they are glad to see other people that are survivors. They're glad to hear the years that people are still here with us that have conquered and won the fight. So I don't see any negative at all. I always feel good when I come and I go home and I'm exhausted because I've chatted and visited and there's hope.
And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Having a great time, and we're raising a lot of money. We're over $50,000 right now.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I know it, right here in Ephrata, and it's just unbelievable. I remember the very first one, I think they raised $5,000 or $6,000.
Really? See, I don't remember back, and again, I wasn't that involved in it, but what a great cause, and what a great way to get money when you get families out. If you've got an event that families can come to, throw money in the pot. This is going to affect everybody at some point in their life. Cancer will. So what a great thing.
Yeah, and so 18 months, I want to tell you congratulations one more time. Now, does your family know that you're live on TV right now, and are they tuning in?
They don't, because nobody's around and nobody's right here, so they don't, but that's okay.
Okay, well, you can call them up and tell them, you're on TV and...
That, or I'll just tell them they missed out.
Well, okay, either way, congratulations, 18-month survivor. All right, let's go ahead and go back to our center stage there. We've got, thank you so much. And again, I said it before, American Cancer Society has reduced deaths by cancer by 20% since the early 1990s. 10, 11 years. Some staggering numbers. Over 37,000 people will be diagnosed with cancer here in Washington State this year. 12,000 of them will lose their battle with cancer. All right, so my producer's telling me here we're going to take... I need to shut up for a second here so we can rotate our camera around. We're going to try and go up to the dunk tank, and I think we got some celebrities that are going to be taking a turn up there. So stay with us, folks. We're going to be back in just a moment.
Guys seem to be embarrassed about saying, okay, I found a lump on a testicle. When I'm sitting at the doctor's office and he came in and said, this is what we're going to do, the nurse came in right after and took my blood pressure. And she said, your blood pressure's a little high. And I said, well, I wonder why. The doctor just said, we're going to remove a testicle. I said, that's not something you're real calm about. Relay is important because you're raising money for cancer. It's more supportive than anything. That you find out you're not alone. Somebody else there's got your story.
Many people don't understand the importance of keeping tires clean, but the Glass House Car and Dog Wash does. Our car wash is equipped with specialized tire brushes that scrub away road grime and brake pad dust that can reduce the life of your tire. And our soap is 100% environmentally friendly. Our reliable staff can get you in and out faster than any other car wash in town. Get in, get out, get clean at the Glass House Car and Dog Wash.
I relay for hope.
I relay for hope.
I relay for encouragement.
I relay for hope.
I relay for strength.
I relay for hope.
I relay for a cure.
I relay for hope.
I relay for hope.
I relay for support.
I relay for hope.
I relay for hope.
My name is Susie Anderson. I am a relayer, and I make hope happen.
Ready for some classy, laid-back fun? Imbibe in Moses Lake is a place for you. Imbibe has a huge selection of your favorite wine and beer on tap from local brewers. We have kegs to go, and we can fill your growler. Remember that summertime is beer time. Come enjoy our live music on Fridays and make sure to reserve a spot for private parties. What are you waiting for? This is the place to enjoy your favorite drinks with your favorite people. Find us on 3rd Avenue in Moses Lake, Washington, or call us at 509-765-1119.
I went to the relay, and when I saw all the survivors assembled in the line, I was absolutely overwhelmed with appreciation, and I was so humbled to the thought that this isn't about me and my cancer. It's about helping other people get through cancer and fighting to create enough funds for research to make this crowd standing in front of me bigger.
We are real students, and this really is our college.
My dream will change the outcome of my life.
My college is allowing me to achieve my dream.
My dream is to be a pilot.
My dream is to be a nurse.
Only you can determine your dream. Big Bend will help you get there.
What's your dream?
Okay, don't forget we've got hot dog and hamburgers down at the South End Life. We got live entertainment on the stage. We've got the bouncy houses at the north end, $3. We've got the dunk tank going on. We've got base skating in the center of the track. And silent launching across there, the track on the other side. There's what's going on. And again, at 8 o'clock, we're going to start just a relay. We got the gentleman that's going to direct like a lady, he looks like a lady. And start that at 8 o'clock.
This is a famous guest I have over here. She's been here forever. Her name is Rachel Johnson. And she's single. Bob. Bob, go in your husband.
All of the lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories where I've been and when I got to where I am. But these stories don't mean anything when you got no one to tell them to. It's true, I was made for you. I come across the mountain, swimming across the ocean. Crossed all the lines, I broke all the rules. Maybe I broke them all for you. Oh, because even when there was black bones, you made me feel like the million times you do. I was made for you.
Cell phone, sure, Bob, or Fred. Fred Bob. Fred Bob. Fred Bob. I like your hat.
The
Okay, at this time, Mr. Relay. You're going to do Mr. Relay. Come over to the announcer stand. I'll be over there. Where's Lisa? Lisa Stevens. We need yours announcer stand also for Mr. Relay. So again, for Mr. Relay, head over to the announcer stand. Thank you.
Bob. Seriously.
I got my very own down. All right, that's going to bring us up, folks, to our Mr. Relay contest. If you're just tuning in, we are broadcasting live from the Ephrata High School track and football field. This is the 2013 Relay for Life of the Columbia Basin. And we have raised over $50,000. And one way they did it is this gentleman right here in the pink tutu. This is what they call the Mr. Relay contest.
So if you want to be in Mr. Relay, he's going to be the winner. So Mr.
I think we've got more contestants than that.
We need you over here also. See if we have any more contestants. So if you'd like to hang on for a minute.
I'm going to turn it on over to Mr. Getz here as he's introducing our contestants. Well, no, it looks like we're waiting for a few people. Now, the whole idea, folks, is to try and raise more money. You heard me say it. We've got over $50,000 so far. 16 teams, 142 participants, and they've raised over $50,000, looking to do more. And one way we do it is the Mr. Relay. Now, if that doesn't, an outfit like that, if that doesn't, raise a couple $100 on a Friday night, I don't know what will. All right, so while we're waiting, I'm going to have another young lady come on over here. She's been walking around the track. And tell us your name.
Kayla Cobb.
And are you a student here at Ephrata?
No, I go to Wilson Creek, Washington.
Wilson Creek, all right. I'm from Odessa. I know where Wilson Creek is. You probably know where Odessa is.
Yep.
All right, so what brings you out here today? What does it mean for you to be a part of the Relay for Life event here in Ephrata?
The Relay for Life means that I'm just supporting people in my family, like my grandma who has cancer, who's a survivor, and my grandpa who died of heart cancer. And I'm just doing this for them to show them how much I love them and everybody else who's fighting, because we all care about them, even whether we know them or not. They mean a lot to us.
And, I commend you for coming out here to do this. How long has your grandmother been a survivor?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. Like, a couple years, like about 15, I guess. And she's had another cancer. I can't remember what it's called, but she's had that for about a year, maybe, yeah. And my grandpa just died recently of heart cancer last year, and he's had it for a while, too.
It's hard to find people who haven't been touched by cancer in some way or another. Now, do you have friends out there who are watching on TV right now?
Yeah, I have some friends right over there, 3 of them actually, that are watching, and some friends that have iFiber are watching, hopefully.
All right, so tell your friends and family out there to tune in, and we're going to have some graphics come up here in just a moment. They can donate money, so you tell your friends and family where to tune in.
You guys tune into iFiber TV because it's awesome, and you can donate and just do it for the Relay for Life. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, I think we only had the one contestant. Merlin, is that right? We only had the one? Okay, well, hey, that was that gentleman put some thought into that. Here he comes. Like I said, if that, if you can't pull in a $5 or $10 bill with that kind of an outfit, here in Ephrata on a Friday night, I don't know what would.
Let's see if we can get Joe to bring in what, $50? Let's see if Joe can make $50 out there. Help Joe out.
Oh, and you see he's getting money right on the track. All right, folks, I want to give you some more numbers. And guys down in the studio, if you can, check the Relay for Life website for me and keep us up to date. I heard that we might be over 51,000, but if you can double check me on that. Now, folks, this money, it goes to cancer research, and the American Cancer Society since the early 1990s has reduced the number of people who have died from cancer by 20%, if you can believe that. It's incredible. There's going to be 37,000 people here in Washington State that's going to be diagnosed with some form of cancer this year. And statistics show that. So we are. I just heard from our producer. We are over 51,000. But like I said, 37,000 people in Washington State will be diagnosed with cancer this year. 12,000 of them, judging just by the statistics, are likely going to lose their battle with cancer. We can change that. And I've been a part of the Relay for Life events here in the Columbia Basin for the last 5 years. We have a terrific event out there in Moses Lake that's going to be in mid-July. Tonight we're here in Ephrata, and this has been one of the most interesting relay events I've been to. I was out at Quincy last year too, but this one has grown so much. It's a terrific family event. If you want to come down and join me, I promise I won't necessarily put you on TV. I will if you don't watch it though. And we've got a lot of events for the kids. Last year they had TV set up and movies for the kids that they were playing all night long. Still got both the bouncy houses going. Got the dunk tank, which hasn't had a break since 6 o'clock. Of course, a lot of terrific live music going on. All right, folks, if you need another reason to donate, our producers have set me up to be in the dunk tank a little later tonight. And within just a few minutes of leaving the office, they've collected somewhere around $150. And I know we can do better than that. I don't take my clothes off normally for anything less than $5, but for this event, we're going to push that up. I think we need to raise the bar a little bit. The Ephrata Police Department would appreciate it. And I'll be jumping into the dunk tank a little bit later. And our crew down in our studio, Spencer King and Spencer Graham, are going to tell you, they'll have some graphics up to tell you where you can go to donate money. There's a website. You can donate online, or you can give them a call. All right. We've got time for another break here. We got another story to tell you. Our producers have spent weeks collecting some incredibly moving stories from cancer survivors right here in the Columbia Basin. Let's cut on over to that right now.
In the year 2000, our daughter was born in early January, and during that time of not having sleep, we discovered that I wasn't feeling well and wasn't able to eat a lot of food. After some tests, they found that cancer had gone throughout my body. It was a pretty rare and deadly form, and there was a tumor about the size of a loaf of bread in between my internal organs, and that's how we found out. Shock, I suppose, was the first thing that comes to mind. Just this, I was 35, this happens to other people. I'm healthy, I work out, how could this possibly occur? I just had a daughter. That doesn't seem fair. Really just, it became one of refinement. It was a refining process. Treatment, they started with some pretty aggressive chemotherapy. It's a pretty brutal 21-day schedule of 7 days of chemo, 7 days of feeling like chopped liver, 7 days of feeling okay, and then you repeat. That went on for about 9 months, so I was off work for the rest of the year. The cancer had still existed in the rest of the body. About 6 months after the chemotherapy had to come to an end, the drugs actually were so strong that they would ruin your body. They'd kill your heart. They went in for another set of tests and discovered that it miraculously had disappeared, except for one small tumor. There was no scientific explanation for that. Our faith gave us a pretty clear explanation, but anyways, they went in for a surgery. I got a beautiful scar to show across my belly from one end to the other, and they were able to pull it out and discovered it was a completely different form of cancer, mimicking another form of cancer. At the end of the day, another miracle, but it was one that doesn't reoccur. So really good news. We actually started our first relay when I was diagnosed. That was, I think, the first year we had a relay in Moses Lake, and then we started one here in Ephrata. And so for me, the relay became a part of my whole cancer experience. That's where we found the sense of community with other survivors, other believers, other family members. That sense of community is what the relay is all about for me. So I can't separate one from the other. And to be able to go to a relay now as a survivor and be able to say, keep fighting, to just express that sense of we're all in this together, that's priceless for us. And the relay is a huge symbol of kind of what this community is about, and just in a larger sense what is going on nationwide. We walk because people walk for us. This community supported us not just financially, but emotionally, helped us out as a young family with a kid. We walk because it's a way to affirm that there is hope, and that there's nothing stronger than hope, to let other people know that we're all in this together. Now I'm walking for somebody else that can draw maybe a little small amount of strength from that.
Okay, at 9 o'clock, Cody from RelayForLife is going to be his crew raised $150 for relay to put him up there. So if you want to dump Cody for interviewing you, go down and make some more money and dump Cody. So anyway, $150 for team RelayForLife, that's super. So 9 o'clock, Cody is going to be his name.
The 2013 Relay for Life of the Columbia Basin. And folks, if you're just tuning in, we're over $51,000 right now, which is incredible for a small community like Ephrata. And we do really need to give credit to the Grant County PUD. They called their team the Volkswalkers, and they've raised over $18,000, just that team alone. And we're looking to do more damage than that, folks. And this is why I need you to pick up the phone and call your friends and family. You can donate online. Go to the Relay for Life website. You want to search for Ephrata, Washington. And that's how you can donate. Money goes to the American Cancer Society, which funds all different kinds of research. And I want to throw these numbers at you one more time, because they're just incredible. Since the early 1990s, the American Cancer Society research projects have been a big part of reducing cancer deaths by 20%. So a little over 11 years. Reduced it by 20%. Now there's going to be 37,000 people diagnosed with cancer in Washington state alone this year. And if you follow the statistics, around 12,000 people will die from cancer this year. It's a incredibly terrific cause, and you can't think of a better way to spend your time on a Friday night. And I just heard, I don't know if you caught that over the PA, I'm scheduled to hit the dunk tank at 9 o'clock, and we've already raised $150 for that alone. And I really have to say thank you to Spencer King for that one. And I will find my own way to thank him personally later on. But those jokers down in the studio. But we need more money. I usually don't take my clothes off for less than $5, but we're going to up the ante on that. And let's see if we can do 300. Let's get me in the tank for 300. So we've got until about 9 o'clock to raise some more money. Go online to the Relay for Life website, and you want to search for Ephrata, Washington, and you can make your donations there. Now, you got some friends and family. If they live right here in Grant County and they're an iFiber TV subscriber, they can tune to Channel 1 and watch this broadcast live in high definition. If they're outside of Grant County, just have them go to their website, ifiber1.com, or they can watch on their smartphone, if you have a smartphone, and tune in there. You can make donations there too. All right, I'm going to kind of step away here. Got some terrific music going on, so don't forget that. Call your friends and family. Let's get this going. We can't get me in the dunk tank for less than 300.